As I am going to explain to you this one, I can compare this experience into like walking in a thin wire. It may be difficult to balance, but it's important that we should move forward. Hi everyone, this is me again, Teacher Noy, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Your US visa interview in this video will be divided into two. The first one is your preparation, and the second one is your actual interview. Today I'm going to share with you the things that I did, and hopefully these are helpful to you also when you are planning to do your US visa interview. Because, you know, there is no substitute into a careful and good planning. So it's important that you should be able to plan out what you're going to do when you do your US visa interview. As I'm going to explain to you this one, I can compare this experience into like walking a thin wire. It may be difficult to balance, but it's important that we should move forward. So in preparation, here are the things that I did for my preparation. The first one, of course, the filing of the documents for the US visa. So do not forget that because that's very important. If you're experiencing difficulty in doing that, I have a video for that. And if it's difficult for you to understand the video, you can send me a message and or you can just comment down below. You can just comment your questions so that I can answer it immediately. And hopefully I will be able to give solution to the problems that you have right now. Make sure that you have filled out correctly all of your documents, paid your US visa fee, and of course, successfully scheduled your appointments. The next thing that you have to do is, of course, know the nature of the visa that you are applying. All of the visas that you can apply here in the Philippines just to go to the different countries that require visa, there are different things that they need to know about you. There are so many things that you have to understand, and you can only get those information that you need or this information that you need about this visa and its nature in the website of the US Embassy. There are so many FAQs, okay? The frequently asked questions can be found in the website. These are the things that you should read so that it might be able to help you, especially if you have questions about the US visa. Now, when you are done looking at the website, just make sure that it is the real website of the US Embassy. Then, once you are done knowing the nature of this visa, you can also try to look at different tips that you can find on YouTube or in other platforms, in other applications where they show videos on how you can prepare yourself for US visa. There are so many tips that you can find by just watching video. Mind you, that's what I did. I watched different videos and it helped me a lot in order for me to be prepared when I had my US visa interview. When you are done already, so you are able to look for these different tips in your phone, in the internet, then the next thing that you have to understand is you have to study out your DS-160. Why am I telling you that you have to really be familiar or, if possible, memorize your DS-160? Because all of the things that you are going to answer to the consul, the basis of those answers are found in your DS-160. So if there's an information that you have forgotten and you answered incorrectly, that might be a basis for the consul to deny you in getting a US visa. And we do not want that to happen. The DS-160 that you have, make sure that you are able to familiarize it. Or, if possible, it's important that you should be the one to fill out your DS-160. Because if you're the one who did that, it will not be difficult for you to remember all the things that you have written. Once that you have studied out your DS-160, not forget to print it out. Because the only time that you can print your DS-160, it's in the part of the web page where it's a confirmation. You can email the confirmation, you can see the confirmation, and of course, print that information in your DS-160. However, you should not bring your DS-160 during your appointments. Do not bring it, or else they are not going to allow you to go inside the US Embassy. Now, when you are done memorizing or familiarizing everything that you have written into your D160, another thing that you have to do is for you to be able to build your narrative. I'm sure that it's overwhelming to hear me saying that it's important that you should be able to build your narrative, because if you are not going to build your narrative, you're not going to construct it well. When there are questions that these people will be asking you, it might be difficult for you to answer back, and there might be an instance that you will give a different answer, which is contradicting to what you are saying or answering, or to the narrative that you have built. So make sure that you prepared a narrative in your mind. And if you are applying for a tourist visa, put into your mind the idea that you are going there as a tourist. Do not give them an idea that you are going to do other things other than becoming a tourist in US. Okay? Because if you are just going to give them an idea that you are going to look for work or even for love, diba? You're just going to look for love. You have to build your narrative. Prepare by building your narrative. And how are you going to build your narrative? You practice. Okay? Practice makes perfect. It may be a cliche, but it works. Practice makes perfect. So look for someone that can ask you these questions. You can just find these questions on the internet, then let them ask you the question and answer it. The more that you're going to practice is the more that you will become confident. And the more that you become confident, the more that it will become natural for you to answer this question. So this is part of your preparation. Practice, 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 practice. Even until the day that you're already in the line waiting for your turn. Practice into your head. Because inside the US Embassy, there are speakers. You may be able to hear the questions being asked to the person who is in front of you. So what do you have to do? Answer in your mind. Because when you are practicing, you can already overshadow the nervousness that you are feeling on that day. I guess this is something that you do wherein you are spending a lot of time and effort to the point that the pressure is already consuming you and you are already nervous that you are already or you cannot talk anymore. So make sure that you are going to practice, because even if you're a little nervous, the sincerity and realness that you are trying to portray will stay even if your voice is shaking. So practice. There's nothing to lose when you practice. So do practice. You need to also plan out the outfit that you're going to wear. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go there wearing like this that I'm wearing right now. But the Philippines is already hot. So just wear something comfortable. This is what I wore during my US visa interview. It's so simple. White long sleeves, gray slacks, and black shoes. That's what I wore. And I made sure that I took a bath that day. Okay? So, and I brushed my teeth. Those are just kidding aside. So kidding aside, just make sure that you look presentable. You don't have to expose all of your jewelries. You don't have to be someone who's shouting that you are so rich. Because at the end of the day, that might intimidate or that might give a wrong impression to the consul. One thing that I learned from looking at different videos, you have to be polite, you have to be respectful to the consul, but do not make them feel that they are superior to you. You have to make them feel that you are assertive. You are trying to assert the privilege of getting US visa. So that's the attitude that you have to give. Like what I said a while ago, you're like walking in a thin wire, because you don't have to look so weak, but you don't have to look so strong. You have to be in the middle. Okay? And we all know that we Filipinos, we are very respectful, especially when we are talking to strangers. We don't want to look rude to other people. That's why even when we are talking, we use words like ma'am and sir, so that these people will feel that we are respecting them. That's one way of us showing our respect to others, by calling them respected titles or honorifics. However, because this is a Western culture, they do not recognize something like that. Never call them ma'am or sir when you approach them. Okay? Just address them. Talk to them confidently and of course politely. So that's what you're going to do. When it comes to outfit, choose a decent outfit. An outfit that will best represent the purpose of the visa that you are applying for. And if you're applying for a tourist visa, it doesn't mean that you're a tourist visa, you're going to wear a tourist-like outfit. You're going to wear winter clothes or any other summer outfit if you're planning to go there in different seasons. What I'm just telling you is, there is no such standard that they're saying when it comes to wearing clothes. Because when I went there, I saw a lot of people wearing formal clothes, business attire, some of them are wearing Sunday dress. So they're always in their best, or they try to be in their best just to prove to the consul that they are qualified into what they are applying. Just make sure that you're going to wear something decent and comfortable. A tip that I have read also, wearing white will give a positive and refreshing impact to the console. And of course, it will make you look neat and clean. And people who are wearing white can be easily trusted. So that's one option. But if you think that white is not your best color, then choose the best color. But do not choose a loud color. Because if you are going to wear a loud color, that will be very distracting to the console who will be interviewing you. So these are things that I did and hopefully will be helpful to you when you are preparing for your US visa interview. During the actual interview, please go to the US Embassy earlier because you will be taking line outside. There are so many people always applying every day in the US Embassy. When I went there during the time that I had my interview, I think there were hundreds of people because there are also other people like the seafarer who are working overseas. They're also applying for their US visa. So if I were you, it will be less hassle for you and there will be no complications. You will avoid complications. Go there earlier. Okay? Then if you do not have anyone with you, there are people there that you can pay. You can leave your important belongings like your cell phone or your bag. Just pay them, and when you are done, you can look for them and you can get your phone. These people are trusted. So you just look for those people who are recognized by the US Embassy because they do not encourage us to bring someone because they do not want people going there and taking pictures. If you don't have anyone with you, you can just give it to someone whom you're going to pay, and when you are done, you can get it back there. Fall in line, prepare your documents, do not forget your passport, because when you are done already into the biometrics and picture in Parkal Mall, they are going to put a sticker there. So do not remove that sticker. Make sure that it is in there. So bring a plastic envelope. Put all your documents there and of course your passport. Do not forget your passport because that's the first thing that they're going to ask to you. So put your passport there. Follow the standard procedure that they're doing there. Do not do anything unnecessary. Do not do anything that will cause problem or noise to other people, and just follow the line. Focus, okay? Then, I think this is something that's the most powerful thing that I did during my interview. I prayed. I prayed a lot. I always prayed to the Lord. Because there was this funny thing that happened to me. There were 3 windows wherein they're going to do different things and you're going to participate, of course. You have to cooperate. The first one is they're going to ask you what's your purpose of going to the United States. So that's the first time. That's the first window. When they were asking me, I was trying to open my mouth, but because of my nervousness, I could not speak. I could not say anything. And the only thing that I was able to say was B1, B2. Good thing that the person there was a Filipino, and she just laughed and said, "Oh, tourist." And I said, "Yes." Then the second window, I was so nervous and I kept on praying. The person in the second window told me to put my hands in the scanner for the biometrics. What I did is I placed all of my fingers. Well, in fact, they're just needing 4 for each hand. So she said that, please remove all of your 5 fingers, just put the 4 fingers. So that's what I did. So I was really nervous that time and I was panicking inside because the last time I experienced that I felt that my mouth is dry, the last time that I felt that you know, your mouth's dry, then you cannot speak, was when I joined an oratorical contest. That's the first feeling that I felt. That was during my 4th year in high school. So I felt that again. So I was panicking because what if in the 3rd and final window, when the consul is asking me questions, I could not answer. So I sat there. Luckily, there was this portion into the process that they are going to let you sit. There are so many chairs that they're going to let you sit so that you're just going to wait there before the line before you had been cleared. So you're just going to sit there. Then while sitting there, that's the moment that I prayed. I prayed, okay? I really opened my heart to the Lord and I surrendered myself to the Lord. I asked the Lord to help me, that I will be able to answer all the questions. Then it's a miracle. I can say that it's a miracle because I can still feel the nervousness inside my heart. But the moment that I opened my mouth, all of the things that I want to say went on. I was able to explain, I was able to answer all the questions, then I was able to confidently express myself. And I think that's one of the reasons why I was able to get my US visa. And it's because, I mentioned this already in my video, that I do not have a permanent job. I am a teacher, which is they are very critical because they think that teachers will just stay there. I think there are some teachers who are doing that. And the third one, I don't have money to finance my travel, and I am only dependent to my parents. Remember, I'm already 30 years old, and if I am someone who's asking another person, I will be a little bit prejudiced because why is it that you're still dependent to your parents that you're already 30? But luckily, they did not ask me any document that will support all the answers that I have given them, and I was able to pass the visa interview. Then after that, when I went out, I was trying to call my mom, my dad, but they were not answering. Then I called my sister. Then all of my emotions. Okay, I was able to release the pressure that I'm feeling during that day. I'm sure that I won't be able to give you all the tips that I know will be helpful because I have a lot of tips in mind that I'm sure that will be helpful, especially to those who are doubting themselves. But I think overall, what I did is when I'm already in front of the console, I answered the questions confidently. I put trust in myself and of course in the Lord. I put trust in the Lord and in myself that I will be able to truthfully answer all the questions. It's important that you should be truthful to all the questions, or you should be truthful during your visa interview. Because I do not know, and I'm not sure if this is true, but they were saying that most of the consuls are psychologists or they have background in psychology, that they can tell if someone is lying to them. So you have to really answer all the questions truthfully and maintain eye contact. Make sure that you're going to look into their eyes so that they can feel the truthfulness and sincerity of every answer that you are giving them. So that's it. I hope that I was able to give you tips that are helpful or tips that may be helpful to you when you do your US visa interview. It's a different experience for me. It's a really difficult experience. It's a new experience for me, and maybe that's the reason why I wanted to share this to you, because if there is someone like me who posted, I am not saying this because I wanted people to watch my vlog. If there are some, or if there are people who are watching my vlog right now, thank you very much for watching. But if there are only few, I hope that you will be able to learn something from it. Because if there is this kind of vlog which I can, or it's because I have seen, or it's because I've been watching vlogs and videos, and because of those vlogs and videos, I was able to get tips and ideas on how I'm going to pass my US visa. And in return, I wanted to do the same so that I can help people. So if you are interested in getting your US visa, and if you're interested in getting your US visa, and of course, if you really want to have someone to help you, like we'll give you a one-on-one mentoring and coaching of what is the narrative that you're going to share or you're going to build up when you are answering these questions, you can just write there in the comment section that you're interested, then I will be helping you. I will do this for free because I'm sure that the miracle that happened to me has a purpose, and that purpose is to help others also fulfill their dream of getting US visa. And I hope that all of us will be able to fulfill our dream of going to the United States, whether you wanted to go there to stay there forever, or just like me, who just want to visit my sister and her family. But whatever purpose that you have, just make sure that you're going to put trust in the Lord and of course trust in yourself. And by doing that, all of your preparations will pay off, or all of your preparations will pay off, and you will be able to get what you are aiming for. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you have learned a lot. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And of course, again, this is Teacher Noy. Goodbye everyone.